Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 11th Hour Gaming Channel. I am AJ Gels. Guys, it has been a long while. Sorry about that. I'm finally home. If you can tell me, you can tell I'm back down in my basement. I'm finally done with. I'm finally done with school for the semester, so I'm home for the summer. I'd be in my new recording studio, except the room that I'm going to be using still hasn't been cleaned out. That's why I've been kind of busy over the past couple days, fixing that up. Fixing that room up. Regular uploads, gaming uploads, will return May 10th with Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. So get ready for that, guys. That's just me telling you. So if you're wondering why the hell I haven't been doing much, that's why. I've been clearing out a room. But once all that's set up, game recording should start again. This show will be back on Fridays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. I've been a little off on that recently because of school and whatnot. This week, I was waiting on the Battlefield news that was going out on Friday. And then Saturday, I went and visited my grandma, got back later than I thought. Just kind of crashed, and now I'm doing it today on Sunday. Which, by the way, guys, happy Mother's Day to any. I don't know if any mothers are watching this, and to any of you who, go find your mom, go find the woman who raised you, tell them thank you for all that stuff. I'm deeply thankful to my mom. I'm sorry, I had to say that. But yeah, so I'm again. I know I've been apologizing a lot recently. But yeah, I've been also kind of planning on kind of a not new direction for the channel, but kind of this where I'm gonna go from here once I pick up from this break I just had. So starting from here, like I said, the show will go back to being on Fridays regularly. I know it's been wonky lately. Game recordings will start. Uncharted 4 will be started on the 10th. I'll continue with Fallout 4. I'll finish up Metal Gear Solid 5. That shouldn't take too long. The Division, I plan on hitting that hard. I just, again, have to sit down and play it. What's the other game that I was playing? I know I'm also playing Alan Wake. I plan on picking that one back up. I am going to be ending XCOM 2. I kept trying to record it, and I hit a point where I don't have good enough soldiers to continue playing and whatnot. I'll probably do a separate video at the end of that, kind of call it that was a failed series. I might start another one maybe sometime this summer when the release schedule kind of dies down. I kind of had to make an executive decision. I need to open up some space in my schedule, and that series, I can't progress. I'm kind of stuck, so I'm gonna end that series and start a new one later when I have time. But, if you're new to this program, sorry, I've been yapping for a while. If you're new to this program is my weekly news show. I come here, I gather news from all over the web, and I sit here, I talk about, what's going on in the gaming community. If I ever miss something, feel free, go down, post it in the comments. Always happy to hear about any sort of news that I missed. If you enjoy the video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Other than that, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, my website, down in the description below. Again, I know I've been meaning to use this break to get the new Facebook link right. I will try by May 10th to have every video, all 400 or some videos that I've done, all will have the correct Facebook link to my new page. Just throwing that out there to you guys. Or anything else? You can find a list of events, time-stamped, all that, down in the description below. I can't remember if I did last week's because I need to go back and check that. I'm sorry. I hit finals, and again, I'm sorry. Life's been crazy recently. I plan on going back and doing a lot of work for the channel, for some old stuff, move forward, all that. So I'm just gonna shut the hell up, guys. Here we go. Let's go into the news. Apparently, the Xbox One's $50 price cut has ended. That was a thing that was being done in April. So now the price is back to $350. Although that former deal is now being replaced with a new deal where basically retailers, I think GameStop, Best Buy, Amazon, pretty much anything, pretty much most places that you can buy gaming consoles, you can now, they will now throw in a $50 in-store credit, or a $50 in-store gift card. I can't talk, with any purchase of a new Xbox One. I got that from an article by Eddie McCouch at GameSpot. From Software, I don't know if anybody remembers last week, I think it was last week, I was talking about how president of From, Hidetaka Miyazaki, said that From Software was working on I think they said a new IP, so, a brand new game. Well, it's also kind of come out this week in an article by Joe Screbbles at IGN that apparently From is also working on a VR compatible game. I assume because it's compatible, it's going to be a I don't know about this. I'd guess a PS4 title that works with VR. I mean, I'm not sure, because I think if you say VR game, it's specifically for VR. If it's compatible, I think it's kind of like No Man's Sky, where it can be both. Because I think No Man's Sky is both. I have to look into that. So keep an eye out that if you're a fan of From Software's games, and if you don't know, From Software, they're the people behind the Souls series. Demon Souls, Dark Souls. Come on, brain, Bloodborne. That very popular game last year, so keep an eye out on that. Okay, I really like this one. This was this was originally ported by the BBC. Apparently, that Tunisian developer Digital Mania has apparently they've given away the best prize ever for a game. Apparently, the first person to master Bagra, I don't know exactly what the heck that is, and this is a mobile game, they will win a living cow named Pamela. That's correct, they will give you a whole cow. I'm hooked. I would have played for that. The article made a bad joke, which I kind of like, how, because there's microtransactions in the game. They said this could be the first game ever to be a pay to win a cow. Yeah, that's a bad joke, but I still found it funny, so if anybody out there doesn't find it funny, screw you. Apparently, I'm sorry, I can't believe they're giving away a cow. That's awesome. But apparently Digital Mania will offer the cow in one of three forms. Basically, you'd have the whole cow delivered to your house. It will be donated to charity, and I believe the unit of measurement they used was a fridge full of raw meat. I would have gone with the raw meat. Apparently, the person who won chose the first option. Again, I would have gone with a meat locker full of meat. That's my personal thing. That was another article by Joe Screbbles at IGN. Reported on by Nicole Carpenter over at IGN. Apparently, another leak has surfaced for the Return to Arkham. The new the Arkham Asylum and Arkham City collection. The two Rocksteady games. Still a little weird. I'm still questioning why Arkham Origins isn't in there. Granted, I know it wasn't Rocksteady, and a lot of people didn't like it. I still thought it was good, and I think it still deserves to be in there. But either way, where was I in my notes? Apparently, there's still no confirmation from Warner Brothers that this is happening, but apparently this time the leak appeared on GameStop's Italian website. So I don't know. I also think there was an ESRB leak or maybe a rating in a different country leaked again. Usually these are pretty accurate, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure that this collection is happening. Just don't know when. I'd guess later this year, though. Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War 3 has been announced and will be coming to PC in 2017. Thank you, Joe Screbbles at IGN. I'm going to hop in really early, a lot earlier than I usually do, to the release date portion of this, where I go boom, 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 talk about release dates. The last three are three big releases that I feel kind of deserve their own little bit of extra time. So these first little bit, kind of bear with me. I'm going to kind of pop through pretty quickly. Fallout 4's Far Harbor DLC will release May 19th. That was an article by Matt Porter at IGN. Super Meat Boy for Wii U drops on May 12th. Wesley Copeland, IGN. And Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens PS4 bundle will release on June 28th. I only have that's in Europe. I don't have a North American release at the moment. That will be a 1 terabyte PS4, a controller, the game, and a Blu-ray copy of Star Wars The Force Awakens. Currently there's no price listed, but I'd guess around $400. It's usually what the collections are, or the bundles. Matt Porter, IGN. Bethesda has now officially announced Dishonored 2's release date. It will be coming to us November 11th. This game will be set 15 years after the events of Dishonored 1, and you can either play as the previous protagonist, Corvo Attano. That's a really cool name. Or Empress Emily Kaldwin, if you remember the little girl from the first game. If you played the first game. Bethesda is planning the gameplay debut at, I'm assuming at their conference at E3. That's on June 12th, by the way. And you actually stick with this channel because I will be doing kind of like post videos for every press conference at E3. You know, so I'm going to be watching them, taking notes, and talking about each press conference, post conference, and then putting the video up for you guys. So stay tuned in for that. Sorry. Article by Matt Burtz at Game Informer. We finally have a release date for Persona 5. It finally happened. It is coming September 15th in Japan. We don't have a Western release date. We know it's coming to the West. This game will be on PS4 and PS3. That has been confirmed. We don't know when it's coming to the West. A new trailer also dropped with this release. You can find the full details because there's also some stuff about like a 20th anniversary copy of the game. You can find the full details in the article on IGN by Andrew Goldfarb. I don't know. I'm a little annoyed by this just because I want the American release date, just because I want to know when I can get my hands on this game. I don't know if I'm going to be playing that here on the channel. If you guys want to see it, I'll show it. I'm just not 100% sure how I'm going to do that kind of game because it's JRPG. It's, you know, it's a lot of level grinding and dungeon crawling. So, you know, I'm not sure if I'd play that. If you guys ever want to play, tweet at me, hit me up on Facebook, you know, comment on my website, comment in the videos. I'd be happy to play the game for you. Trust me, I love the Persona series. But, you know, if you guys want to see it, I'll show it. If you guys don't really have an interest, I'll keep that and just kind of for me and just maybe talk about it. But yeah, I don't know. Just give us the American release date. The new trailer was cool. I mean, it had a lot of really cool images. I know so many people are watching it like constantly. Boom, boom, boom. You know, they're watching it multiple times. I tried watching it. I'm like, it's in Japanese. I mean, yeah, it's cool. We see some new characters and some new this and that. But I mean, it's in Japanese. I don't understand a lick. So I don't know. I'm still very interested in this game. I will be more excited when we get the American release. And now here's the big one. Infinity Ward has finally announced Call of Duty Infinite Warfare coming November 4th for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. This was, I got this from a posting by Eric Monacelli, Communications Director for Infinity Ward on the PlayStation blog. For this next one, you can find this full interview on Game Informer by Javi Gwaltney, Gwaltney, and he did an interview. This Game Informer did an interview with narrative director Taylor Kurosaki and design director Jacob Minkoff. Basically, through what they were kind of saying, is this game is very similar, at least to me, kind of the vibe I got, is very similar to Mass Effect. You know, it's because the game is set in space. This is like like we're colonizing planets. You know, it's kind of like some people have kind of broken off, kind of like this fringe terrorist group that your main character is fighting. So you know, the game is set in space. Apparently, the main character is, I think he's called is a SCAR, which is a space combat air recon, which is basically he's a spec ops guy in space. But what really interested me is you're not just a soldier, you're also kind of like a fighter pilot. So, you know, you're flying around, you know, so you go from dogfighting to this to that. So it looks really interesting. Apparently, in between missions, you can travel around, you know, kind of like your aircraft carrier main ship and kind of talk to crew and carry out missions at your leisure. So this game, it seems very more open. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But, you know, it seems a lot more open than the previous games kind of have been. So at first I wasn't terribly interested in this game, but I am way more excited now. And speaking of this, let me see. Infinite Warfare it will have a linear story. So the story missions, kind of go boom, 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 boom. And this was from an article by Alex Osborne at IGN. But I think for the first time, I don't know another Call of Duty that's done this. There's actually going to be side missions. So I'm trying to think exactly how this works. It's kind of like targets of opportunity. It's like you find enemy vessels and you board them, you take them down. You get some sort of in-game reward for it. So I'm assuming there's going to be some. It's going to be a much broader game than it has been in the past, but I still think it is going to still be pretty linear. So I wouldn't expect big open world Call of Duty like I would like. But this does seem like a step in that direction, and this does seem really interesting. And if you noticed earlier, and this I pulled from an article by Matt Porter at IGN, this game will only be current gen, so PS4, Xbox One, and PC. No PS3, no 360 copies this time around. Just telling you guys. Joe Scrabbles also reported that the campaign will only support single player, so there will be no cooperative in the multiplayer. And this article by Alex Osborne at IGN, he said something really cool in this, and he kind of says that people can kind of live, or that you can kind of live a your Top Gun fantasies with this game, because again, like I said, your character is kind of like a fighter pilot. So basically, your combat is very diverse. And this is going to be a quote by design director Jacob Minkoff, and I quote: "You can be boots on the ground, fighting through the streets of a city on Earth. Call down your Jackal, that's your ship. Get into it, fly up through the atmosphere, engage in a dogfight over the orbit of the planet or of Earth." Finish that dogfight, land on the deck of the carrier, get into the carrier, go up to the bridge, and order your ship to go to the next mission, and all of it happens seamlessly with no loading screens. That seems very ambitious to me. To be able to do all of that with no loading screens, I don't know. I want to see how they do it, because if they can pull that off, this game's going to be awesome. I'm not a big Call of Duty fan. I mean, I like them. But yeah, this one, I'm gonna be honest, this one seems really freaking cool. And also, to even kind of push it more, your Jackal, your fighter, is fully custom. Oh, I'm not gonna say fully customized. It's customizable. I don't know to what extent. I'm assuming we might find out more at E3. I could be wrong though. It is also official that Infinity Ward themselves is working on the zombie mode for Infinite Warfare. This is the first time Infinity Ward is actually working on the zombie mode and not just kind of shipping it off to another company. That's Seth G. Macy, who also wrote this article. If anybody's been hearing rumors that Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare is getting a remaster on current gen, that is true. There's a small caveat to it, though. To buy Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered, you have to first purchase Infinite Warfare, which I think this is I don't know. This is an interesting way to do it, because I think it's kind of a middle finger to people, but at the same time, I get it. I think they're trying to boost sales of this game by kind of throwing in. But it's not even like you get it for free. You have to then purchase COD 4. That also from Seth G. Macy at IGN. That just seems a little interesting. But all in all, I'm very excited to see what this year's Call of Duty is going to do. I loved 2 years ago. I loved Advanced Warfare. I don't know. I didn't play Black Ops 3. I didn't play Black Ops 2 either. I really like Black Ops 1. I'll say that. I don't know. Personally, I really wish we'd go back to World War II. I'd like, I've constantly said this. I'd love to see like a gritty World War II game, with all the rendering and whatnot that we can do now. I'd love to see that, which we might actually be seeing in this next game, Battlefield 1. And yes, it is just Battlefield 1. This is technically the first they can do that, because there was only Battlefield and Battlefield 2 and then blah, 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 blah. But Battlefield 1 will be set in World War 1. Yeah, I know, kind of clever with the Battlefield 1. Basically, this game will release on October 21st for PS4, Xbox One, and PC via Origin. There will also be an early Alisters Deluxe Edition, announced. That's $79.99. And this is American. This is American dollars. So basically, if you get that edition, you can play the game 3 days early on October 18th. And I quote from the article: extra vehicles, weapons, and emblems, including the Red Baron pack, the Lawrence of Arabia pack, and new visual appearances for 3 large vehicles. So I'm assuming this is kind of like the season pass. So if you get the season pass, you can play it a little earlier. I don't know. This seems really interesting to me. Let me see here. The collector's edition is $219.99, and also is now available for pre-order. Basically, this game's kind of looking for more dynamic combat. And let me see here. And this is a quote. I don't have who this quote was by. I apologize. This was in an article by Andrew Goldfarb at IGN. Let me see here. Tech you've used in other Battlefield games was perfected during this era, letting the classic Battlefield DNA shine through. Is kind of what they're going for with this game. That we're going back to the past, but it's still going to be a Battlefield game, which I think was what they kind of tried to do with Hardline. They tried to let the Battlefield kind of thing shine through, but I think I personally, I like Hardline. I like the campaign. I've heard the multiplayer is really buggy, but I enjoyed the campaign. I thought that was a very interesting take. It was a new idea, but I think this is a very good, very interesting thing to do, especially because I don't think we've had a World War I game. I know we have plenty of WW2 games, but this will be interesting. So far, currently, the confirmed locations will be France, Italy, and the Arabian Desert. So definitely expect there will be a lot of, there will be a lot of guns. Obviously there's going to be gunfire, but I don't know anybody. I'm going to get a little nerdy here because I love history. But World War I was actually was very hand-to-hand combat. Like we saw if you watch the trailer, the announced trailer, you see somebody just beating somebody down with like the spiked club. Somebody was beating somebody with like a trench shovel. So there's apparently this game is going to focus a lot more on hand-to-hand combat as well as gun combat. There'll also be tanks and whatnot. But one of my favorite, there's probably going to be horses. Because a lot of people don't know this, the United States cavalry was still in use during World War I. The cavalry charge was still a very popular military tactic, even though the machine gun had been invented. We kind of quickly learned that a bunch of people charging on horses does not stand up to a machine gun. So. But still, expect probably swords and horses. There's going to be a lot of stuff in this game that I'm very interested in. I'm not a big Battlefield fan, but I am excited to see how they're going to do this game. Like I said, that was you can find all that in an article by Andrew Goldfarb over at IGN. Actor Court King, I have no idea who this guy is, so I apologize if I can't give you any references on who he is. He posted a picture to his Instagram that may have just revealed Watch Dogs 2's new protagonist. We don't have a name, but we kind of have a look. He also posted, along with this picture, he posted, and I quote, "Had a blast doing motion capture work as the lead character in a new video game series," and also hashtag Watch Dogs 2. Which, I don't know, maybe I'm just being skeptical, or maybe he just kind of like misspoke. But Watch Dogs isn't a new series; it's a new game. But I don't know. Basically, this image, it was a 3D model. It's an Asian guy with a bandana, a big ball cap, the phone, and the gun, and a gun. So it's very Watch Dogs. The look, very very Watch Dogs. And we already know the game will be centered in San Francisco. So brand new city. Currently, if you want to go find this, I'm sorry, the account has gone private. I'm assuming this might have been an accidental, intentional leak. It's one of those that's, oh my gosh, we didn't want anybody to see that, but I'm going to put money that Ubisoft kind of dropped that on their own. But this account is now, like I said, is now private. You can find full details, article by Joe Screbbles at IGN. And I'm assuming we'll see a lot of this game on Ubisoft's conference at E3. Firaxis has now announced a XCOM 2 DLC pack called Alien Hunters. Will be $9.99 or for free if you bought the season pass. This DLC will include new enemies, new weapons, and before the release there will be a patch basically doing single player balance tweaking, and will completely rebalance multiplayer. I actually can't tell you what the multiplayer was like. I haven't played the multiplayer. And also, from the images, you can find the full article and details in an IGN article by Dan Stapleton. But from the images, what it's kind of looking like is you can actually skin dead aliens and wear pelts. Like it showed like people kind of walk in. It was like kind of looked like one was wearing like a berserker skin, one was wearing like a viper skin. I don't know why I was saying serpent. I'm like, that's not right. So I mean, it seems like an interesting idea. Well, only time will tell. I mean, I'm planning on getting this DLC because this DLC seems really sweet, but I do not have a release date at the moment. Currently, Nolan North is apparently producing a game based on his comedy series Con Man. If you know Nolan North, he's the voice of Nathan Drake, and if you ask me, he is Nathan Drake. Apparently, Canadian I can't talk, guys. Canadian firm Firma will be handling development. So Nolan North is just producing. Main characters Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk, Tudyk. Both of them are part of the show. Are also involved in the game, so you can expect to see. I'm gonna guess mocap work by those two. Article by Matt Porter at IGN. And I'll kind of leave with this short story. Also by Matt Porter of IGN. I've been talking about this for the past couple weeks. The Dark Souls board game. I think Kickstarter, crowdfunding, whatever it is. And this article went up, I think, 2 days ago. So I'm going to guess about a week left now. At the time the article was written, the Kickstarter had reached over $2.9 million. I believe they've hit every stretch goal they had. I could be wrong on that. If you don't know, go check it out. But that's all the news I got for you guys this week. I know I might have rushed through that. I'm sorry if I did. Again, I'm preparing for Uncharted 4 and getting everything cleared out. So yeah, guys, like I said earlier, May 10th, that's when uploads will really start dropping more often. The show will be back at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific every Friday for episode 32. So everything everything will stabilize. I promise you that. I know I've been promising that for about 2 weeks now, and I do mean it. I'm sorry. I hate if you guys hate this, trust me, I hate doing this to you guys. But like I said earlier, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Always post articles that I might have missed from out there. Down in the comments, always talk to me. Always, I usually try to respond to you guys. If you're making a direct comment, if you guys are making some sort of critique on the channel, or if you guys are just telling me, hey, then leave me a message. I'm always happy to talk with you guys. I love doing it. Other than that, guys, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, my website down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Tune in next week, back at our normal time when everything's stabilized. Guys, seriously though, thank you so much for watching. I'm AJ Gels. This is the 11th Hour Gaming Channel. So, guys, tune in next time. I'm out.